Welcome to the Phoenix College Athletic Podcast. This is episode 13. I am Coach Cameron. I'll be your host, and joining us shortly will be Jonathan Berzins, where he will actually interview me because I'm one of the coaches that hasn't been interviewed, and we're going to go through that process, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about not only Coach Cameron, the host, but a little bit about the Phoenix College men's soccer program. But before we transition to the interview, we want to remind you that you can still apply and get classes for this fall semester by just calling 602-285-7777. Again, that's 602-285-7777, and just ask anything, and they'll direct you to someone that can help you as far as, I need help with my financial aid, I need help get registered, and they'll help you get through that process. Just give them a call or go through our website and chat with someone right now at phoenixcollege.edu. Now we're going to turn the time over to Jonathan Berzins. All right, we're going to turn the time over to Jonathan, our athletic director, who's going to interview me. And welcome to the podcast, Jonathan.
Coach, appreciate that so much. Thanks for having me back. I'm real excited to kind of turn the tables here on you. I know you've been grilling people, interviewing everybody in the department and on campus, so I'm excited to turn those tables.
In fairness, I did provide everyone the questions prior to, but or at least gave them an idea. I have no idea what you're going to ask me, so this is I'm definitely I'm being put to the fire right now. So let's roll.
I definitely wanted to keep you on your toes. So when I was coming up with this question, I was just figuring out, there's nobody in my eyes that's more PC than Dave Cameron. I mean, you were a student athlete, assistant coach. Now you're one of the longest tenured head coaches. Let's hear about your path and how Phoenix College has really changed your life.
So Phoenix College became part of my life, almost forced in a way, because no one told me the process of becoming a Division I athlete. I just assumed since I was athletic enough that I would just go Division I, and I found out in the summer of 1994 that right after I graduated that I did not qualify. You had to take SATs and all these things that no one really educated me on, or I didn't pay attention. I'm not sure, but I've found myself I'm going to have to go the junior college route, and luckily I got the opportunity to go to Phoenix College, where they really took care of me. It's like a team of people from advisement to financial aid to the athletic departments. The whole community took care of me, and I think partially because I was their main player, and maybe the coach told him, hey, take care of this kid. He doesn't know what he's doing, which I did not. And I was taken care of, and I received so much help from faculty, administration, you name it. They helped me, guide me. They saw me walking aimlessly through the campus, not in class or whatever. They found me and said, no, you belong here. So I was one of those kids that needed their hand held, because I really didn't have, I was a first generation student, and I really didn't have my parents or big brother or anyone showing me, hey, this is how you do it. And really, Phoenix College really wrapped their arms around me and really showed me the way and gave me the opportunity not only to graduate from Phoenix College, but to transfer to Loyola Marymount University, a Division I institution that was very difficult to get into, but they all helped me get there. So I'm very grateful. And that's kind of what led me to come back as a coach. I wanted to help kids like me that didn't receive the information needed. And I enjoy doing that process of really helping kids know how to deal with it. So first generation student athletes is what I enjoy the most.
No, I mean, that's awesome background. You're selling yourself a little bit short, Hall of Fame career as a player, as a Bear, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, it was, I definitely, my first 2 years in college were my most successful and most enjoyable. I did definitely had my great time as a player, but I'm honored to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well deserved, well deserved. Well, obviously, speaking about a Hall of Fame career, obviously, let's talk about your coaching tenure here a little bit. Obviously, you've had a tremendous amount of success as a head coach, especially over the last decade. Why don't you talk about the culture and the expectations you've built over that time?
Well, it was a large learning curve coming in as a young coach, trying to figure things out. It's never easy to coach at the college level, even in any level. Anytime you're trying to take a program and evolve it to the next level, it's not easy. The competition is real, and especially in our conference, you're aware of. It's the toughest conference in the country when it comes to the men's side. And it's crazy to think about, to enter a conference it's very strange with the coaches. Like, the coaches don't leave. You got Mike Panleone at Yavapai. He's been there 34 plus years. You got David Cosgroves that's heading his 22nd year. Kenny Dale's on his 18th year. I mean, the coaches that are in this conference don't leave, and it's very difficult. So to take a program, it was tough. It wasn't easy. It was all trying to figure out what the purpose was, and what I found out through time is the purpose was really help each individual be successful in the classroom, be able to transfer out, and show them that it's possible. And if you do those things, people talk, and it's a great recruiting tool, because they're going to tell their friends, hey, go to Phoenix College. They're going to take care of you. So the process was develop relationships, not only with the kids and their families, but within the campus, to help organize a pathway for each individual, whether they needed help in advisement, counseling, or with a certain faculty. Through our SAS program, we have a great SAS program that's been developed. It's complicated, but the one thing I would have to say is most of my success has been done because I really care about each individual. And if I help get them where they need to go, they'll follow through and help me as a coach, like go to class, perform on the field. They'll go over and beyond if you put that kind of effort in. So I don't know if it's complicated, as my answer came out. I mean, it's not easy. I'm still trying to figure it out.
No, I mean, and I definitely want to compliment you on something you just talked about the individual attention you give your student athletes. Being a part of this conference for 20 years now, as a player, assistant coach, head coach, now an AD, there's not one program across any sport that I see that gets the individual attention that you give your student athletes. I mean, you truly, every single day, care about them, both on the field, in the classroom, what they're doing beyond that, what's going on at home. And you really take the time to connect with every individual athlete. Doesn't matter if they're a red shirt or, your All-American player. You truly care about every single kid in your roster. And that's really, one of the most tremendous things I see about you, and one of the highest quality character attributes you have is that.
And you would have never known it outside looking in, because when you compete, it's a little differently. Coach to coach, I've obviously coached against you for years, but you really don't know until you're inside a program and actually see it firsthand.
Now, seeing it firsthand, it's nothing but kudos to you, because you have definitely built a juggernaut both on the field and off the field. So
thank you.
Kudos to you on that, Coach. Only realistically one or two more questions here. This spring or fall, will really be our first year of soccer that NJCAA will have Division II. How do you think that's really going to affect your program, and what's your outlook with that?
I think it's going to propel us to be at nationals quite frequently, because we're avoiding the dorm schools. And like I said, this is the toughest conference in the country. I mean, winning conference is probably as difficult as winning a Division II national championship, I would imagine. Just from talking to Heinz Mueller and his transition, he struggled. He did very well, but he really didn't get to really winning national titles repeatedly until he became in the Division II side. So I think we'll be ranked top 5 in the country immediately, us and Pima, just because we do well against Division I programs. It'll be interesting, and we're excited for the transition. But as far as the product on the field and who we compete with, that'll remain the same. Nothing will change on that end.
Now, I mean, I guess the last piece I want to tail on to that, as you mentioned, Heinz Mueller and competing. Obviously, I think you're one of the funnest individuals we have in this department, as you like to challenge other teams in their sports. You had a volleyball game this year against our women's volleyball team. You had a softball game this year. Talk about some of those attributes you bring to the program and to your program.
I enjoy competing, regardless of what sport it is. And I always remember as a kid, even going back to elementary school, when we had teachers versus the students in a basketball game, even into high school. And anytime you get a chance to compete, regardless of what it is, it's a lot of fun. But I like how you're able to build that kind of team environment within all the teams, and we're all we're all Phoenix College. We're all supportive of each other's programs, but have a chance to play wiffle ball against the 9-time national champion softball team. I mean, where else are you going to get a chance to do that? That was a lot of fun to not only witness that, but do that Facebook Live that we did. And I'm looking forward to, we've always been trying to do a basketball game, and it's never kind of worked out, but just because of the timing, and we don't want to interrupt seasons, and that's a little goofy with the amount of games basketball plays. But we're looking forward to taking on basketball and baseball, and even give cross country a good run once we get back in. We might actually do cross country as soon as possible. So I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. I think everyone enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a fun environment. You carry a trophy around with you, and then reward teams with that. So definitely a fun environment, and definitely enjoy having you around. The last piece I want to talk about is, virtually, you had one last spring game, that I want to address, is your competition against GCU, and everybody understand, obviously GCU is an NCAA Division I school. Despite us being a NJCAA Division II school, I want to talk about your spring game against them. Obviously you tied 2-2, but it's one of those where I truly felt like you controlled the pace of the game, really created significantly more opportunities, and really controlled that game. Any comments you have on that event?
I have a lot, but I'll shrink them down. But we're fortunate enough to get that game, and it's fun to compete with them, especially when you have players that started for you from the previous year on that team. So there's nothing better than giving your kids opportunity to showcase, are they capable of playing at that level. And I love booking that game, and hopefully we can book that game again, is to give our kids opportunity to play in a beautiful stadium, a $12 million stadium, and to play against a very talented Division I program out of the WAC. And we did play well. We have talent at Phoenix College every year, especially the last 5 years. It's been like they're high level athletes, and it was fun to watch, to see our kids not only compete, but in my opinion outplay Grand Canyon for a lot of that portion of that game, and it showed our kids, just because you're at junior college does not mean anything. It just means that you're there for a reason, and you just have a different path, whether it's saving money or you need help to qualify, like I had to deal with as a kid. It's and to be able to showcase to other universities. Ever since that game, we got so many college coaches asking, about players and transferring. And of course, COVID-19 hit and kind of slowed a lot of that down. But it's definitely a great recruiting tool. Plus, Grand Canyon gets a chance to see a lot of their local athletes because we're so close to them. It gives them a good chance, and they're actively talking. I mean, we just talked to Grand Canyon a couple of days ago about one of our players about transferring mid-year, which will help if he graduates on time. So we're all about the athlete and opportunities, and that's what Phoenix College brings. It brings opportunities.
Definitely, and you've supported that from day one, whether it's best to leave after one semester or if it takes 2 or 3 years. All of you fully supportive of your student athletes. Can't talk enough about what great things you do, not only for our department and community, but obviously individually your student athletes, both in competition and in the classroom. So I guess you're officially off the hot seat, and appreciate the opportunity to put you there.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on and interviewing me, because that'll be our last coach to be interviewed.
There it is.
And we just need Julie next.
There it is. Good luck with that one, but it's good to be a Bear.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Coach.
The benchmark for what student-athlete success is all about here at Phoenix College. It's the Student-Athlete Scholastic Success Program. It's helped our more than 250 student-athletes get a better education and a better chance at a 2-year and 4-year degree. Find out how a little sass is making a big difference at PC.
Hope you enjoyed that episode, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. We don't have a guest yet, but if you'd like to be a guest, please contact us. You can contact me directly at 602-285-7665. You can just leave a message, and I'll get that message, and I'll return that call. Again, it's 602-285-7665. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week.